Look, if you're sitting there juggling a million things, your startup burning cash, investors avoiding your calls, mentors giving you vague advice, this isn't just frustrating. It's brutal. It's soul-crushing. The pain of knowing you have something real, but nobody sees it, nobody believes in it, it grinds on you until you start doubting yourself. That's the trap nearly every founder falls into. And the worst part? Venture capital isn't some magic wand that just appears when you need it. It's a damn puzzle. A puzzle most people never figure out because they're stuck chasing the usual crap. Growth at all costs, vanity metrics, endless pitch decks that go nowhere. Here's the cold, hard truth nobody's shouting loud enough. Investors don't actually care about your idea alone. They care about one thing, the hidden formula behind your startup's ability to not just survive, but explode into something unstoppable. And it's not what you expect. It's not solely about the product. It's not the size of your market. It's about this exact combination that most founders completely miss while wasting years spinning their wheels. Ready to lean in? First, stop thinking about fundraising as begging for money. It's about showing momentum on metrics that really matter, that trigger investors' instincts as hunters, not cheerleaders. Not user acquisition numbers inflated by cheap hacks or early hype. Real momentum is about deep customer obsession, relentless feedback loops, and proof your solution causes habits, not just clicks. Investors want to see you move the needle on how your users behave, not just how many of them exist. Second, if your team isn't battle-tested, if you don't have people who've been through hell and back, who've built from zero and survived the chaos, you'll struggle. Investors aren't buying resumes. They're buying resilience and grit baked into your team DNA. That means founders who can pivot fast but stay stubborn on the vision, who don't just code or sell, but who lead, who build culture inside the storm. Third, the story you tell, cut the fluff. Investors hear thousands of pitches, and the same buzzwords bleed out like background noise. You need to own the narrative by owning your numbers and your market in a way that's unmistakable. Talk less, show more, snapshots of how your numbers stack up in context, why your traction isn't fluke or fluff, but a predictable, repeatable engine. Speak their language, but with your own edge. No jargon, no fluff. Here comes the part most don't get. The network you're building isn't just about connections or chasing the hottest events. It's about building real strategic alliances with a handful of people who get your vision and who have the guts and resources to push you further. Not random investors, but complementary partners who bring in different strengths, capital, channels, expertise. You need a tight, cutthroat squad, not a crowd. And listen carefully. If you think capital is the finish line, you're dead wrong. It's just the fuel to do the hard, brutal work nobody wants to do. Scaling, failing, fixing, scaling again. If you don't crave the constant grind, the almost insane obsession to outwork, outthink, and outlast, no amount of money will save you. Here's the move. Obsess over your edge. Find that one thing your startup does that competitors can't touch. Be ruthless about killing distractions. Build bullets one by one, metrics that scream, we're on to something here. Sharpen your team until every single person runs like a machine glued together by the same stubborn will to win. Speak to investors as equals. They can smell insecurity and hope from miles away. Be relentless in networking, but surgical in who you pick. Quality, trust, and complementary skill sets over quantity. Stop playing the game by someone else's broken rules. Rewrite the playbook quietly. Weaponize your data and team, and make your story impossible to ignore. Investors move when they see a startup that doesn't just talk about potential, but beats odds through sheer force of will and smart moves. That's the secret no one tells you. This is your moment. Stop wasting seconds on noise and distractions. Lock in on what works, grind it out, and watch every no turn into a starting line, not a dead end. If you want to beat the system, you don't beg for permission. You build the system that begs you for entry. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and open the featured link to discover more.